G'day guys and welcome back to Murderbot. This is episode 3. Previously on we had a weird uh like a white ball of gravity, but like I don't even know, like it was sucking things towards it, but it was making things like float as well, so it was some form of like I say gravity, but I have no idea. They didn't explain it. Hopefully they will this episode, but that was about it. And then we had, um, I got his name written down somewhere if I can find it. Um, what was his name? Garathan confronting, let's just call him Toby. We're not gonna say Murderbot every time, but we had Garathan confront Toby, over his, let's just say objection to eye contact, and we discovered that like that's how Garathan needs to like hack into robots and stuff. It's just through eye contact and whatever. I'm not sure how. Bluetooth probably. Um, but yes, and then we ended the episode by going to. We tried contacting the Deltfall survey team. Deltfall. And we were shown that they were all dead, same as a sec unit. But it looked like another sec unit had done it. It was some form of blast of fire. We know the sec units actually do have those on them, coming out of their wrists. So I'm assuming there's another sec unit out there somewhere. We may come across it this episode, but it does raise some questions. But before we get to those, I need to find where my pen went. There it is, right at my feet. And then I'll read some comments that I got from the last couple of episodes. And we will start with... who do we start with? We can start with Lillian Knott, or Nact, or however you say it. It says, Murderbot uses its pronouns, by the way, also great reaction. Not something I've thought about. I don't know if it's even been brought up in the show. I mean, it is a robot, so it doesn't really have a gender, does it? So, it makes sense. Melissa Giroux, 1631, says, it's not that sec units aren't ever allowed to show their faces. As you see later in the episode, Toby is ordered to come out into the crew area in a uniform rather than waiting for the armor to be ready. It's just worried that they'll think it's weird that it showed its face without being ordered to. Yeah, I mean, that's true. He did do that, but I thought it was more about, like, one, showing his face, and two, asking the questions. One moment I really liked in this episode that wasn't in your reaction was the speech versus acid bath scene, because it just shows how having hacked itself doesn't solve most of Murderbot's problems. It still has to obey most orders anyway, or it'll be killed. Yeah, I mean, it can't just run. They could probably track him and do all that, so he had nothing left to do except just keep doing what he's been doing, but he can act differently, which is a question that I have for this episode and the possible sec unit that caused the death of Deltfall, but we'll get there. Cameo Amalthea says, can't wait to see more Murderbot reactions. 2 episodes in, I'm loving the show, and I'm happy that it is at least once a week and not all at once. It frees up my time to actually do the show. Tamar Lindsay says they don't buy the sec unit, they rent it. The faceplate design is the company logo, the same logos all over the fabric parts of the armor, and I think it's even on the expedition clothes that the Press Orcs group wear. Yeah, I think everything is at least leased by this Bond company. even the expedition itself has to go through them. And they want, you got to buy all the equipment, all the, probably the armor, stuff they're wearing. It's all Bond Company. With a sec unit, obviously they can't even do it without one. You got to buy one. It just makes me wonder what this Bond Company is up to, really. Especially around all the old alien tech. But I'm sure we'll get answers. Lorelei mission. My impression from the books was the bots have some generated human tissue so that they can be punished, controlled via pain. Yeah, they do have like a pain thing in their systems, in their software. Was that episode 1 we saw that? Maybe. I mean, that does make sense, but how does that generate like a punishment to take out their human flesh if they're just robots underneath? I don't know, man. It's probably just you hit it, your pain sensor goes off. But I'm sure they could do that without human skin. They could do that with just the metal. I don't know. It's pronounced awesome, Harris. Since the show is so young, it's hard to tell how closely they intend to adhere to the source material, but in the books, constructs like Toby are made of cloned human tissue and machine parts, so it's not skin over a machine body, but fully integrated human parts and machine parts through the body. They have bio lungs and a bio brain, but no digestive system, and in the books, at least some of Murderbot's guns are permanently attached to his body. Huh. Well, that makes sense. That answers the question then. They have... Okay. So they've got like human lungs and a human brain, but no digest, so they don't eat, right? Because it's all metal. Yeah, okay. Well, it does make sense that the guns are attached to his body. I'm assuming that's just part of the deal. If you're a security unit anyway. They're built in. Okay, cool. Mate, mate, I don't know. It's made a Callan J. I'm probably butchering that. Says the same things. They've got human neural tissue, partial circulatory system lungs. They're fully sentient and cognizant, but are kept under control by the governor module. And white when they break down or find a way to disobey. They're not prohibited from showing their faces, but unless ordered to, they have no reason to do it, and many people don't even know they have one. Regular sec unit might have just dragged a rider out of danger with no regard for a human emotional state, or gone back for her after dropping off to Burrowed Wash. Yeah, okay. Thank you for making sense of what's actually going on with that. And why this, I've already forgotten his name, Garathan was so opposed and suspicious is the word I was looking for. Andrea Sorda, whatever, however you say that. In order to make the bot smart enough to handle security, the company used cloned human tissue so it has a human brain integrated with technology. But they're still classified as equipment. Yeah. And that's why this, what were they called again? Press Orcs or something? They don't believe in that. They think of them as actual humans and not just equipment. And Robert Johnston says, funny, quirky, sci-fi goodness. My wish, the episodes will longer than 20 minutes, and maybe that's a financial gamble on the cheaper side. I just want 40 minutes of Alex and the crew, awkward social interaction of becoming a crew. Strange New Worlds. He is Robbie the Robot / Iron Giant. Well, I don't know about that last part, but yeah, Alex really has that Charlie Cox Daredevil staring 100 miles away, not looking at you, stare down, right, while he's talking. It's very, very well done. Hopefully he doesn't develop that thing that Charlie Cox has done and has just stuck with that. Seemingly he's getting out of it the longer he spends away from Daredevil, but he did develop that whole, like, that's how he talks to people. He's ruined a couple of auditions because of that too. Just because of how long he's had to do it for. But yeah, Alex Skarsgård, man, he's doing a fantastic job. I love his narrations, and the way he acts is funny. It's good. The show is weird, and I love every minute of it so far. I'm honestly fine with the 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you. It does feel like they go quick, but it's still entertaining enough, and it leaves me wanting more every time, and so I can't wait to see the next one. You know what I mean? So I love it. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you all for the response to these reactions as well. I very much appreciate all the love and support you all can give me. And just to remind everybody, if you do enjoy these reactions, my Patreon is live and you can see the full-length reactions to this show and every other show that I'm currently doing for $5 a month. Now, let's get to episode 3, where we have mysteries to solve.
Do you think it's wise crossing an ocean just because someone didn't answer?
What if one of those animals attacked them? More than one.
They have a sec unit. They could probably afford more than one. Better than ours.
Harsh but fair.
I would want them to come and help us if we needed it. And they might even know more about those mapping anomalies.
Well, then they need tech support. Listen, we could send up a beacon and all be out of here right now.
The company would love it if we quit. Oh, it would just prove their theory that free planets can't handle themselves.
And they need the Bond company to move in.
Personally, I was against this whole trip. Last thing I wanted was to be stuck with these people and their pheromones in a small craft.
After you?
Oh, no, after you, I insist. Oh, I'll go first. As per usual.
I don't have a stomach, so I can't throw up.
Yeah.
But if I did, I would.
Sec unit, I think it would be a really good idea if you were to keep your helmet down so that the others remember that you are part of the team.
Yeah. Make him appear to be more human.
Much appreciated.
They can imprison us. They can never stop us from being ourselves.
What do you think?
Is he watching another show?
Security unit.
Oh, she was asking me. They have 3 contracted sec units.
They have
The
3.
communications equipment could have been damaged if their habitat was hit by a hostile.
Aren't the emergency beacons designed?
And we only saw 1 in that image we saw last episode, so that means 2 unaccounted for.
Equipment failures aren't unknown.
Great. Yeah, but we have you. And you won't fail.
Hopefully not.
So I wonder if the sec units are fighting each other or they're working together.
So we heard, or rather we were given to understand, that imitative bot units are partially constructed from vat-grown human tissue.
Great conversation starter.
That is correct.
Thank you to the comments for pointing that out to me.
Feelings too? Because it really seems like you do.
It does? Shit.
Ratty, what are you doing?
He's not wrong.
Okay, look, I know you agreed to back off, but it feels really weird not treated as a person.
Why would I want that?
You're upsetting it. Here, Auntie, don't annoy me.
Just saying, this practice is disgusting. It's horrible. It's actually slavery.
Is it supposed to have like human emotions? Is that part of the package, or is it just the governor thing?
Are you all right?
Oh, I didn't see you.
Sorry. It's old habit, being quiet.
I just keep seeing that
Yeah.
picture
Trauma.
bursting out.
Terrifying.
On the smell. I feel like I can still smell it on.
I have some behavioral therapy modules if you'd like to try them.
Oh, you mean for
They're non-specific.
Behavior therapy.
I think I'm okay.
And it would be for people like him, I guess. Augmented.
So creepy. He's like the Stellar Inquisitor on Strife of the Galaxy. Half man, half lizard.
I wonder if that would work on an actual, just normal, normie, right? A normal human. He's gonna sniff a pillow or something? What's he doing?
Why don't these people lock their fucking doors?
They don't need to because you're watching. Except he knows that.
What was he doing in there? Was he spying on Mensa? I knew he was up to no good.
It really does seem like he's gonna sniff her pillow.
Or for another corporate entity. Planting an explosive device so they could kill the crew, take the proprietary data, sell it on the black market, and buy expensive luxury goods for himself. Just like bookkeeper Vittermark did it.
It really just seems like he's got a thing for the woman. Weird.
Oh. He's smelling her pheromones. This is truly depressing.
Kinda, yeah. Jammed?
What's this?
The satellite signal just went down. I'm pinging it, but there's no response.
Unless it's just a malfunction.
This is what happens when man and
I say it on every sci-fi show, but man, our sky sucks. It's not bad when you look at it, but compared to all the sci-fi shows, our sky sucks.
There's oil and blood.
I love the little snippets we've been getting.
Now that's a habitat.
Premium package. Habitat 3, 15 plus members. So are all 15 members dead?
Has everyone had weapons training?
Of course. Mostly from games.
They're amazing on Killjoy Bloodlust Tech, right?
Thanks, Ratty.
What? I didn't know you played that.
I don't.
Thank you.
I'll take one of those bad boys.
Ratty, you haven't had any weapons training. You were fast asleep when we had to do it at Port Free Commerce.
Yeah, but I didn't think I'd need it. Plus, you know, Killjoy Bloodlust Tech Riot level 4,677.
That's a mouthful.
Why don't you stay in the hopper, Ratty, and monitor things?
But...
Ratty.
Okay, yeah. But I should still have a gun.
Hey, who gets that sucker?
The sec unit.
Behind me at all times.
One person that knows how to use it. Cool crabs. They kind of glow. It's algae, maybe?
Nothing from inside. I'm going to blow the door.
That's dope.
Or not.
Nobody locks their doors.
What's going on?
I'm in the habitat. No movement here.
That alarm's blaring though. 3 sec units detected. Interesting.
I've got a visual on one of their security units.
Okay, so 1 sec unit's gone,
It's on standby.
but you can still detect it. The equipment inside of it, I'm guessing.
I'd like to examine the area.
No, I want you out of... I'm getting interference.
Satellite down again.
Please go back to the hopper.
Sec unit.
If you don't hear from me within 10 minutes, lift off and go back to Prezog's habitat.
Sec unit. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Damn
guessed it.
satellites, man.
That was me causing the static.
Or him.
It
Or is
looked
that
like
a...
one of their sec units had gone rogue.
Yeah,
and the
okay.
others had tried to stop it.
So one sec unit did this.
In spite of all the mess, this scenario was too clean. One sec unit died trying to protect the communications hub.
Mm-hmm.
These other 2 sec units must have killed each other at the exact same moment. It reminded me of the season 1 finale of Strife in the Galaxy. Now the thing is, Strife in the Galaxy is an inferior show, filled with implausible...
One of them's playing dead, or there's a fourth. Playing dead. But it begs the question, like, is this the governor module?
But it had taken a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is
And I
one of the
knew
newer
exactly
ones.
what sequence of moves it was gonna make.
Yeah, why did it go rogue? It has to be the governor module. Or there's something seriously wrong with these new models.
Somebody had taken control of this sec
Combat override.
Question was, who?
Someone dead. Or that guy. I should just shut up.
Question answered.
I'm guessing that's not a sec unit. It's dressed in all black. Don't know. What would you call that? An assassin unit? Or an arse unit? I don't know. Because like I said, the intro video is telling a story. And it looks like there is some spoilers in it. Like there's one part at the very end of the intro where he's running away, and then all these black units are coming down the side of that hill, chasing after him. And it's either some like assassin unit or some military combat unit of some kind. They may even just be humans. I don't know. But whoever this is, or they, rather, overrode the combat system on the more advanced sec unit. And it killed everybody for some reason. Either it's the Bond company or it's possibly could be like a rival company. Like, I don't know. It's whatever these like Deltfall or Press Orcs, whatever they're here looking for, somebody either wants it or someone's... What would I call it? Like the Bond company probably knows what's here and is covering it up, or somebody wants it for themselves. Like, I don't know. More questions. Mystery's getting deeper, but we at least answered that question. Of what happened to Deltfall. Honestly, yeah. I mean, that was what, a 21-minute episode. Actually, I should just make sure there's no like after credits thing, but it doesn't seem like there would be. No. Yeah. What did we learn? We know Garathan has like behavior therapy modules to help him regulate his behavior, so that he doesn't act all robot. I'm guessing. They briefly mentioned their history. They mentioned what happened. Something happened with Captain. Can I read my own writing again? McCabe. Something happened with that, and it made them go to Deltfall. Really talked everyone into it, kind of. Otherwise, it was cool to see more of this alien planet other than just like dust and dirt and rocks and stuff. We saw some trees. We saw those weird sort of bulb like, if I can find a shot of it. Where's a good one? Alright, well, this is actually a perfect shot, really. Here you got those little bulb like things on the left and the right, the plants, and all these trees. I mean, trees are trees, water's water. You can't really change that, but the plants and stuff, whether they're like weeds or like algae or something, who knows? But yeah, I thought they were gonna go into the cave, but they didn't. They went outside, so I'm curious as to what's in the cave if we ever get there. Cool shots. These crabs are actually pretty cool as well. Let me see if I can get a good close-up shot. Yeah, they've got like little bits of, I don't know, is it algae or something? There's something growing out of them or attached to them, little glowy, kind of glow in the dark, luminescent. And are they walking sideways? Yeah, they are. And then this is the premium package. 15 crew members. You get 2 ships, 3 sec units, and these guys obviously went with one of the newer models, and then what looks like 2 of the older models. But like, I don't know, just 15 people. Like, what were these guys doing? They've got like 3 of these little, I don't know, what did you call them? Houses or something, you know? And again, nobody locks their doors, but like, that's it, yeah. Yeah, and this weapon looks cool as well. I'm assuming that's like the ammo pack. The circular bit there's the ammo pack or something. Could be the battery. It's interesting that he's equating like everything in this episode to like his favorite show, being like, well, this is what they did in this show, I should do the same thing. And it's like, oh, in the season finale, everybody's dead, they kill each other at the same time, but in the season finale there was a big, you know, plot twist where, and then he gets interrupted by the sec unit playing dead. So his only sort of real life, I don't know, what combat experience, I guess, would be just what he's seen on TV shows and movies, and it's like, well, this is what they did in that, maybe we should do the same thing, or something like that. And people do that all the time as well. And then this show, I just pulled it up, I think it's called Strife in the Galaxy. That's what the little logo on the left says, but it's all about robots. They can never stop us from being ourselves. Whatever random show it was. Still wanting to treat him like a human as well. Again, telling him to take his human down. I think it makes them a bit more comfortable, as opposed to just this scary robot thing. But yeah, the satellite's going down, and again, it could just be like random kind of black spots that just satellites can't reach or something. Or again, it could just be a cover up. It's weird that it's like right next to Deltfall's little place. And then, I mean, yeah, obviously when he was inside, he was the one causing the static, and he was just pretending that things were going down. But it did happen on the way there as well. So there's some form of radioactivity that's causing interference, or it's just equipment malfunctions. They seem to be pretty regular, as pointed out, but I don't know. Like I said, the Bond company could be up to something. And like that's pretty much it. And there was not a lot of, well, okay, I think the last thing I should probably talk about is Garathan going into Mensa's room and sniffing her pillow. It's been pretty obvious the last couple of episodes he's got like a bit of a thing for her. He cares about her in some way. I think he needs to keep using those behavior modules though. behavior therapy modules. But yeah, he full went in there, looked around a little, and then just sniffed her pillow and kind of hugged it for a little bit. Very awkward, very creepy. But it could just be his augmentations making him do weird stuff. Like I said, he needs to keep using those behavior therapy modules. Like, that's it. Let me know what you think about this episode. Apparently there are books, so if you've read the books, please don't spoil anything. But let me know. For those that haven't, let me know what your theories are about. Do you think the Bond company is responsible for everything that's happening? Is there a third party? Is there just like one person inside this Bond company that's causing all of this to happen? Like, is it espionage or something like that? Like, do you think it has anything to do with the actual planet itself, or is it just the Bond company itself that they're trying to fuck over, you know? Yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. You have to join me next Sunday for episode 4. I know this show airs on a Saturday. I'm not sure what time. I know my Saturday is usually focused on Doctor Who, but that doesn't air until like 5 p.m. I'm not sure what time this actually airs on Apple TV. But it'll most likely come out on Sunday again, as usual. But like I said, that's it for this video. You have to join me next time for episode 4. But in the meantime, as usual, if you'll enjoy this reaction and want to see more, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, join me on Patreon for $5 a month. You can get full-length reactions. And of course, join me next time, and I'll see you there. Bye, guys.